Welcome to Big Ideas Little Table. I'm Peter.
I am Chris.
And today we were talking about ASMR. So you brought this to me and we had to discuss it. So first of all, let's start with what is ASMR? Are you aware of what it is?
Hold on. Autonomic, somatic, I don't know.
I believe it's autonomic sensory motor response. I think
Masturbation response.
Masturbation response.
I have no idea.
Definitely not that. But in a nutshell, it's like the tingly feeling that you get when you're like really relaxed or someone's like whispering or
making weird noises.
readings. We can make it, like tapping and stuff. Ugh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen, I'm trying to start my OnlyFans over here. My ASMR OnlyFans. How do you do that?
Okay, here it is. I don't mind that. I'll get to that in a second. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Okay, so we were both wrong.
Totally off. Perfect.
But basically, yeah, it's a tingling sensation that usually begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine.
It gives you the shivers.
A pleasant form of paresthesia.
Okay.
So it's blown up like all over.
Sure.
So it used to be like a niche thing, mostly on like YouTube, especially with the development of like really sensitive mics. And people just watch it. It's supposed to help with like depression and falling asleep and all these things. So they're supposed to tout all these benefits. Have you listened?
I have, and it's usually just attractive women making weird noises is what I've seen. It doesn't do anything.
But do you like it?
It doesn't do anything.
So do you like it?
I like looking at attractive women, but it stops there. I could turn the sound off and get as much joy out of it as I would.
That's really funny. So I think that's my issue with it too. One, I do like it, but not all of it. It's kind of, let's go back to this. It's kind of like Toy Story. Like the first three are awesome.
Sure.
The last one, absolutely not into that. And that's exactly how I'd characterize ASMR. Like a lot of it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's very like calming and soothing. And especially sometimes if you just want to focus and you're just hearing like, water sounds or different sounds in the background. Cause it's not always like tapping or scratching. Sometimes it's like, I'm trying to think of like the different ones. Like
the ones that I saw were like people eating and stuff, and like whispering.
That's the Toy Story 4. So yeah, like I think the things that are nice are like, like going through a book, like opening book pages and stuff like that.
Just turning
and like
pages.
turning pages or like tapping on like a soda can or something like that. I think it's very calming, like focusing. Even someone just like reading. Sometimes there's ones where they just like go through history.
Can I just like rub my microphone on my shirt?
They do that too, actually.
Is this turning you on? Does it do anything for you?
Well, you're rubbing your nipple, so I mean,
It's turning me
I'm
on.
very confused here. I'm not sure if it's ASMR.
Oh my God, I don't know what to think anymore.
But then you get to the Toy Story 4 where things get weird. Like, and this is like, why do you have to ruin it? That's how I feel. I'm like, we had a good thing. Why do you do this? And that's where basically people turn it into like this weird erotic thing.
Sure.
I don't like that. That's weird. I'm like,
So it's not turning you on to listen to it?
no. I don't get down with that. Like a weird.
Listen, we did a night special for this reason, Peter. Just embrace the darkness, buddy. I wore a dark
white shirt.
I feel like
I'm the light.
I feel like we're in an old Western where you're the white hat and I'm the black hat, the one who's the bad guy.
Well, howdy, partner. You like pickles?
Matthew McConaughey as a cowboy?
He's back. I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, so that's how I'd characterize it. Like a lot of it, I think, is really calming, soothing. Some of it is like I can't. Like you said, like the eating, like anything where it's like wet mouth. That drives me crazy. Or definitely like the whole erotic thing. I'm like, I don't want to be turned on when I'm like trying to read or like sweep the floor or something like that. I like trying to go to sleep. Like it's not what I'm going for here.
I don't get it at all. Like it doesn't do anything for me. I can
No
sit there
tingles,
with
nothing?
tingles. I mean, I guess if there was like, if you recorded somebody having sex, like, I'd be like, all right, well, now I can get on board with this. You guys mixing up macaroni and cheese over there?
Yeah, no, that's a Toy Story 4. That's a completely different thing.
Some sounds of some, I don't know, chick masturbating or something.
Ugh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it to sound like, ew, gross, but I just mean it to sound like two separate things Let me think of a good example. It's not even going to be a good example, but
That's
it's
okay.
going to be an example.
That's okay.
For instance, McDonald's French fries.
Sure.
When they're hot, great.
Sure.
When they're cold, disgusting.
Trash.
Right?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Like in this world, I think if I'm listening to something specifically to like go to sleep or relax or something, I don't want the macaroni, wet macaroni sounds, or like the weird vibrators.
Sure.
It's in the wrong realm. That's not what I'm aiming for at this point.
Well, but see, I feel that some people, I don't know, they link the tingly feeling to like, now I'm turned on, versus some people who just take it like, well, I'm cooling off.
I could see that too, because like massage, I think is one of those things. Like,
Oh, I get turned on massages.
do you?
Actually,
That's the last massage I give you.
they're like, you roll over now, sir? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm gonna stay prone.
Let's just, how about you leave the room and I'll get dressed and it'll be fine. No, last time I had a massage, I couldn't relax because I was trying to hold in my farts because I don't know how to fall on that. Like, so when they're massaging you, you start relaxing, right? You're relaxing your whole body, everything. And all of a sudden I'm like, well, I got to fart. But I think that I should be clear to fart because I'm relaxing. That shows that I'm relaxed. But at the same time, the masseuse doesn't want to be like, do. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And we're in a tiny room together. And there's a lot of like good smelling stuff in there too. But it's like, I don't think this is going to mask it. And she's like, she's going on like on my lower back. She's like, you still feel tense? I'm like, no fucking shit. I can't relax, ma'am. I can't. So and massages, they feel great, but
That's
it's so stressful.
just like a snippet of the struggle you had during this massage is so funny to me. Like you're like sweating, like, come on, Chris, don't do this.
She's like, you feel so tense. I know.
Helga's such a nice lady. Don't ruin this for her.
She's just trying. I'm going to leave a really nice tip too.
That's hilarious.
And I hope that my wife was having a much less stressful time because she was getting her massages, in the other room.
So, moral of the story: don't eat beans before you go get a massage. Clear it all out.
Like, don't eat anything. I'm afraid that if you relax, I'm just going to let everything go. I'm going to pee my pants.
Now you ruined it for me because next
be
time
in
I
your
get a massage, it's gonna be in my head. I'll be like, oh my gosh, he's right.
I can't.
This isn't comfortable at all. They're like, is there a problem, sir?
There's a couple.
Yes, I have an erection. It's definitely not that I have to fart.
They're like, it's okay. Roll over anyway. It's one of those parlors, huh?
They're like, well, you lied about that? Why would you lie about that? You sick bird.
What is wrong with you? Maybe that's why they do put all the incense in there. Maybe they know.
Maybe they know.
That was my struggle. Like I literally had that full-on internal struggle. Like, do I let it go? Do I not let it go? In the end, I was just like, because in the ER I'll get upset. I mean, not upset, but you go to like wipe a patient or something, you roll them on their side, and they just like let it fly, and it's like right.
I thought
in
you were
your
saying
face.
You're like, hey, I'm gonna wipe you. Oh, sorry, that was me.
No. I fart at work all the time. You blame it on the patients. You're like, whoa, that guy's got diarrhea next door. I don't know what's going on. But like, you go to wipe a patient and it's like, it's a bodily function. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, bro, really? You waited till I rolled you on the side? I'm like,
I've totally had that. Like, you've been fine this whole time. When I'm at my most vulnerable, now you decide to let it.
I'm going to check your skin. Like, God, you did that on purpose.
It's funny. Going back to the massage, I didn't have an issue with flatulence.
Good.
But I did have an issue with pressure.
Too much?
I've only had one massage. It's the first and last one. Not my thing. Massage is also like a Toy Story 4 thing for me. It's just like a separate realm I don't want to go into.
Okay.
And my rationale is, so we get down to the Swedish massage.
Ooh.
Swedish massage.
Yeah, say that 10 times fast.
I feel like Sean Connery. It's just
a
Swedish massage.
Money penny.
Take off that bow. I'll get to know you a little better.
Carry on.
So it's a Swedish massage,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know what it is, but apparently it's like a very like firm,
Sure.
like hard. So I lay down. I'm already uncomfortable because I don't like being touched. Hooker ghosts are the only. That's my line. Like if a hooker ghost
Looking
wants to
pretty
stroke
good
my
there.
face, yeah,
Oh.
that's where I draw the line. But
Sure.
like I'm not a big like touchy feely type person, so I'm already kind of like, ooh.
Can we hug?
No,
Okay.
I definitely can't.
Damn it.
So then she starts massaging. She's regular person, middle-aged woman, you know, very nice, very pleasant.
Sure.
And she tells me in the beginning, she's like, now, if this is too hard, just let me know and I can be a little softer. Now I've been challenged.
You're like,
I can't back down.
I ain't no punk bitch. Let's do this.
Exactly. So I was like, put on my brass knuckles, like, you want a brawl? Let's do this.
All right.
So I'm like, no, I think it'll be okay.
You suddenly start talking like you're some tough street fighter. You're like, it's going to be fine. She's like, that's not how you sounded when you walked in. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been through numb. She's like, you're like 25.
You're like, I didn't say it was during the war.
It was on vacation last year. It was actually very pleasant.
Funny, I have some
The
pictures.
food was amazing. I'll show you pictures after. So then she starts, and immedially it was like, like daggers into my back, and I was like, trying my best not to make a sound. Like, and she'll like let up a little bit. I'm like, okay. And then she go back to, and this went on for like 15 minutes, and she knew what was going on because she kept being like, you're a little tense here. You know, you could just relax a little more with your shoulders. You know,
You're like, oh, I'm doing that.
Release. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm released. Anyway,
I'm so relaxed.
it was an hour massage. About the 15-minute mark, she was working the shoulders and like grinding, like the most pain I'd been in up to that point. And I'd broken bones before.
It's like childbirth.
So finally, I'm like short of breath at this point from holding it. Like, okay. Can you be a little softer, please?
Say, sobbing.
I was like, Uncle, you win. I lose.
Can I have some tissues too?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll be a little softer. And then from that point on, I was like, okay, this is more like it. But literally, the first 15 minutes were terrible pain. And after that, I told my wife, I was like, this isn't my thing. I'm not about this.
Fair.
If I want someone just to tickle my back, I'll let my wife do it. I don't need to pay someone $100+ to do that.
Have some middle-aged woman beat me up.
That's what it felt like. Like I walk in there, she like chains me to the like ceiling. Take off your shirt. She just rips it off. All right,
like,
here we go.
Tell me where the package is.
I don't know. That's really what it felt like. We get out there. Obviously, my wife is like, "Oh my gosh, I feel amazing." I'm like, "How?"
Tears in your eyes.
Did we do the same thing?
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like I've just barely survived.
Yeah, so I know what you mean with the massage. Not my thing.
Oh,
but
I don't mind it being touched by people. That's totally fine, and I don't mind it's firm massage. I just don't know where to fall on the
overly
forehead.
relaxed.
Yeah,
I should ask viewers: Is it okay? Is it
fart
okay
during a
to fart
massage?
during a massage?
I have a similar conundrum that I fight with myself all the time regarding my motorcycle, because I'm going to flex about that right now.
Okay, got it. You have to come back, you know.
Well, yeah, for being a pansy.
For me, yeah.
So with a motorcycle, every time I go someplace, I always want motorcycle parking. That makes me the happiest. If there is not motorcycle parking, do I take a full car space? Because that's taking a spot of a full car. Or do I park on the sidewalk? Because I feel like parking on the sidewalk is like, I own this place.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. But then I also feel like parking in a parking spot is like, when you're coming along, you're like, open parking spot. Ah, damn it. There's a motorcycle there.
Exactly. You're like halfway and you're like, son of a.
So which is better? Like, is it me being the asshole pulling up on the front and being like, whatever, I park where I want because I drive a motorcycle? Or do I just like try? What I usually wind up doing is like parking as far away as I possibly can, like
in
no man's land. Like I'll just park way away where there's like 10 parking spaces that are all the way across. I'll walk the quarter mile it takes to get to the store now.
That's very selfless. I was going to say, I think sidewalk would be the best because one, yeah, I hate when people take up a full spot. And if there's no motorcycle parking, I think that's like a free pass. Like, hey, wherever you can find a spot. So I'm all for the sidewalk part.
Okay.
As long as it's not blocked, as long as like handicapped
Sure. Like, you park over by like a loading dock or somewhere that's off to the side, but still it's on the sidewalk. I just feel like that's such a bold statement. Like, I do whatever I want.
I love it. I would totally recommend it.
I feel like I should get off and light up a cigarette and then blow it at a baby or something.
Hey, what are you looking at?
I drive a motorcycle.
Go around with your stroller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make a ruling on that one. I think Sidewalk is okay as long as there's room for handicapped people, to get through.
As long as I'm not kicking over any old ladies.
Flatulence, not okay.
Not
you gotta hold it. You gotta hold it in.
I'm not gonna relax, and I'm not gonna relax.
You can't, because if you let it out, it's one of those things like they know.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be awkward the rest of the time. Plus,
It's just the two of you in there.
she's gonna want to hurry things up, or
like,
he,
oh.
So yeah, it's like, oh,
Okay,
look at
get
that,
out
time's
of here,
up.
get out,
Yeah.
So like changing the clock, like, okay, and your hour's up. Really, I didn't feel that long.
They're just like, no good will come of it. Even if it smells like potpourri, she's gonna be like, that smells like. Then it's even weirder. Like,
What are you doing back there?
wait, that's not my scent.
Well, maybe that's why they put the incense and the candles and they put on the oils or whatever, the infusers. They try and maybe it's trying to mask it.
I don't think so. I think it's just trying to relax you. It's actually making your problem worse. It's relaxing you more.
Peter, I want another massage. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And you're not helping me. Now I'm too afraid. I'm going to park on the sidewalk, but I'm not getting a massage.
Just take some Miralax or something before, clear everything out.
I'm going to come in all weak. I'd like a massage, please. Don't do the hard one.
I think you need some water, sir.
No, please. Don't put anything in the system.
Actually, we could start the IV before you go in. It's just going to take about an hour for me to hydrate, then I'll be good. Just start massaging.
Please. Go as hard as you want. I don't care.
So anyway.
ASMR, right back to
back to ASMR. Is it something you think hey, maybe I'll give it more of a try, or no, not into it, never going to be into it?
Well, like I said, I have listened to some of it. And as much as I like watching attractive women eat food,
not a thing.
It's not my
But
thing.
do you ever get tingles? Does anything make you tingly? Even that head scratcher thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I feel like the only thing that ever gives me tingles when you'll get a bead of sweat that runs straight down your spine and you're like, whoa.
So really that's what you need, not a massage. You need to see someone
Eyedropper.
drop in. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
But see, I don't feel like that relaxes or turns me on. It's more like a whoa. I mean, I guess if I did it repeatedly, maybe I could. It just doesn't happen that often. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I don't think you want to go down that path. If you kept doing it, you might just lose control of your body.
I don't mean farting all over the place. Maybe I need to do that before the massage. I just eyedropper.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm totally okay with it. I think, like I said, totally helps me relax, helps me go to sleep. I think there are a lot of good things with it, but with all things, people take it a little too far sometimes.
Don't get weird with it.
Don't get weird with it. I think keep it pure, keep it innocent. Let it be what it is. Let's not sexualize it or make it something that it's not.
Okay.
I'm not going to tout all these things it heals depression and all this stuff. While it may help, I can't go out on a limb and say it does all these wonderful things, but it definitely helps me, I feel like. So.
Well, on that note, I'm going to rub my nipples again.
And I think we'll end it there. Thanks for listening, guys.